Hey guys, the Commander Casual, playing my new Vial Smasher and Sidar Kondo Munchkins deck. We're playing against Ravos Soul Tender and Thrasios combo, so this could be like a token style deck. Could be. I've seen Seth or Saffron Olive from Commander Clash do like 4-color blink and flicker effects with this deck, so that'd be pretty cool as well. Could be that. We're playing against Kineos Interior of Miletus. This could be anything in these colors, just like anything in those. This could be anything in those colors. Could be a group hug deck as well. Kineos Interior, a big group hug commander. Huge fan of them. And then we're also playing in Neheb the Eternal. And Neheb the Eternal is usually like kind of everybody's hurt kind of deck, and then he generates a ton of mana from that, and then tries to combo off with that. We're going to put that on the bottom because we want more colored lands. We kept this hand just because it had 3 lands. I've had some rough goes of trying to mulligan away lands or hands that didn't have a ton of our colors, and then just getting nothing. So this, to me, looked like a turn 3 Vial Smasher, so we'll take it. Because I don't want to get screwed on lands. And hopefully we draw some. It'd be great to draw a green source so we could get our Farhaven Elf down and start ramping. Anyway, so if you haven't seen my deck tech, which I wouldn't be surprised because I haven't actually recorded it yet, and this is the second game we're recording of this, is that the deck's all about playing creatures power 2 or less. There's a few that go over, but for specific reasons. Heliod gives them all vigilance and lets us pump out little dorks as well, 2/1s. And then it's just a ton of synergies interwoven. So there's lots of token production, and then for that we've got like an Anointed Procession and Parallel Lives. And then we've also got lots of stuff that like benefits from our little dudes having low health or low power, like Meek Stone and stuff like that. And we've got like a Grenzo Dungeon Warden, the other Grenzo as well. I'm kind of blanking on a bunch of the more combo effects, but there's a lot of synergies woven into this deck, and I played it a couple times today since I built it, and it's so much fun. So we're gonna play it here. See how we do. This guy's playing a Prying Blade. Group creature deals combination to player, create a treasure. Okay. Okay, so we got white. That's not bad. We really wanted a green, but we've got access to like 3 of our colors essentially. We're just going to tap out so that we can F8. And then we're going to go from there. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what these 2 decks are. The partner commanders are so much fun. I absolutely love running the partners because it lets you kind of build whatever deck you want. You don't have to do. Actually, I was looking at building another kind of. I'm calling this the Munchkin deck, but building another Munchkin deck with Sidar Kondo and some of the other partners. So I could do like Thrasios for one, or like Ludovic, just to see how it works with access to other colors. The reason I chose Vial Smasher for this one is just because he has that power 2 or less, so you can get in with him, and then his ability just lets us throw out a little bit of extra damage. Even though we don't have a ton of high CMC cards in this deck, it still is nice to get out a little bit of damage every turn, even if it's random. And the whole point of this deck is just to constantly be beating in, even if it's not for a lot. So, but usually goes pretty well. Like usually we're winning or just narrowly losing, and it's like a 1-on-1 in the end. But it's, yeah, as I said, just absolutely a ton of fun. Yeah, he's got all the. That's not hugely surprising that he has the Tron pieces in here. It's a monocolored deck. That seems to be a fairly recent trend. It's the Tron pieces showing up. Torian Mauler. This is a really good, really good red card. We have access to more of our colors. They're just not the ones we want. That's okay. At least we have lands, right? I'm gonna Vial Smasher. There's no point in trying to play around this Torian Mauler. It sucks if it hits us, and it likely will, but that's just kind of what you have to deal with. We could always try and, if he attacks, we can Throat Slitter it next turn if we really want to. We can ninja this one in and kill the non-black creature, which I might actually end up doing. Make sure this guy goes back to our hand and not our command zone. Before we do it, obviously. Because we don't want to have to pay 5 to recast him. Temple of Malice. I really like all the temples, in case you're watching this video and haven't seen some of my other ones where I lament about how much I like the temples. I just think they're like a fairly good like budget alternative to dual lands and stuff like that. They help you with fixing, and the scry is really nice early game when you're looking for more land drops. Because you can either keep lands that you scry into or scry off things that aren't lands or ramp or whatever. Vesuva, copying my Temple of Silence, which gives him the scry trigger. That's funny. Is Vesuva enter tabbed? No, just enters as something else. I feel like I should start running Vesuva in some stuff. It's good. I see it a lot, and it just seems good all the time. Well, at worst, it's like that. There is a land that just taps for one of whatever color you could produce, or like a rock like that. It's not Exotic Orchard. It's only you produce rather than your opponents. Ooh, I want cards. Who's he choosing? I want to draw cards, please. Yay! Green! We found it. We made it. We've done it. Hooray. So here's the question. Do we Farhaven Elf and start ramping, or do we just play Sidar? Get in for some damage? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Depending on what this guy does. We have an Avalanche Riders if this guy does somehow actually assemble Tron. Which would be unlikely. We could also just ruin this guy by destroying one of his lands that tap for 2. That he has to bounce, the bounce lands. That would really put him back. And off color too, because he had an island. Instead of this one, if we destroyed the Gruul Turf, he'd be off green. Even though he's already off white. Play a Bident. Curious who this guy's gonna attack. I really hope it's not us. I don't want to take damage. Damage sucks. Again, we could always Throat Slitter next turn, but I don't really want to do that because Ninjutsu's not going to give us our Vial Smasher trigger, so we can't start doling out damage. Then we'll have to replay Vial Smasher. I might just Farhaven Elf. Just because ramping early is so much nicer later in the game. We'll also see what we draw. We're going to draw another card, so I'm just happy we have our land. Because we kept kind of an interesting hand, color-wise, and I'm glad that we weren't punished for it. Let's see what this guy's got. Oh yeah, so usually this card, like, I mean, Neheb's kind of a body on his own, but yeah, usually you run stuff like Price of Progress and a bunch of little things that just ping everyone, and then you generate a ton more mana in the late game for it. Let's see, who's he gonna attack? I hope it's not us. Attack this guy. He's got things going on. Okay, he's attacking this guy. Maybe this guy's doing like a Pillow Fort style deck. That'd be cool. He is in kind of good colors for it, so. I mean, having green-white puts you in good colors for Pillow Fort, but the blue support's nice, and I'm sure the black helps as well. Green! Yay! So I think we just Farhaven Elf here. And grab a land. Yep, I'm going to always yield to that. And then Vial Smasher's going to throw 3 damage at someone at random. Who's it going to be? It's super funny when Vial Smasher gets like the same person twice in a row. Got this guy. Because you're just like, wow, your luck sucks. Always yield. I guess I don't really need to always yield. It's probably not going to happen again this game, but yes, I am going to use her ability. What do we grab? Just probably a plains, I guess. Yeah, let's grab plains. We're just going to tap that so we can F8. And we're going to... Let's attack this guy with our Vial Smasher. Elusive. And then we'll leave this up to block the Torian Mauler if he attacks us with it. Because I'm totally content with letting Firehaven Elf die now that we've already ramped with it. Give him 3 cards for free, attacks me. It's just 2. There's no other profitable attacks. Yeah, but first was random. It's not my fault. I'm sticking to my story. What do we have? 8? What do we need to discard? No, excuse me. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it was gross. I think we discard this swamp because we don't have a ton of black sources in our library anyway, and we have one on the field already. There are a ton of like black symbols in our casting costs. I'm not sure there's anything that costs more than 1 black. Except maybe sapling, but that doesn't really count. Travis Ruins. You gotta return a non-layer to your hand. Can't be bouncing other layers. What's it gonna be? They tap. They have intentions of playing something. Or they can describe one because they got the landfall trigger off that. Ouch. Why does my forearm hurt? Ow, ow. Mirari's Wake. Yuck. That Torian Mauler's just getting thick. Oh. Yeah, I don't think this guy realized that Vial Smasher deals damage to somebody at random. It's not my choice. I really like that as part of the card, actually. I think it's super cool and interesting. I just really like Vial Smasher as a commander. And then I wanted to build something about Sidar Kondo. So the merriment of, I just really love this card and I want to build with this card. Made this deck, and then I just built this deck with cards that I liked and thought were good and would be fun. And it's really synergistic and a ton of fun. It does pretty damn well, despite being not ridiculously expensive. I mean, we're running Throat Slitter. I mean, Avalanche Riders is more of a common card. Same with Eternal Witness and Heliod and stuff like that. Sapling, not quite as much, but still a good card. She's cool. She kind of acts like a, what is it? Dark Confidant in this deck. But you can actually gain some life off of it. Because, at worst, you're getting a Eternal Witness. I mean, as far as the life gain aspect goes, and then you just lose a life. Because you gain equal to its toughness, and then you lose equal to its power. So, there's a couple 2-1s where you're like, oh no, I lost a life. But everything else, you'll either break even because it's a 2-2, or you'll get, more. There's also, among the non-2-2s, or 2 powers, there's a Hell Rider, which is a 3-3, but it deals damage whenever a creature attacks, so it still fits the deck, because we do a lot of that. And we have a very go-wide strategy. And then, what's the other guy I put in here? Perforos as well, because we play lots of cards and lots of tokens into the battlefield. I think that's it. There might be another one that I'm forgetting that probably has some synergistic value, but this card's super fun, especially in Commander. So yeah, so while you have it, you can't be attacked by Lightning Ragers, and then each player's upkeep they get a Lightning Rager. Just incentivizes your allies to throw five power elementals at each other. And then I believe it sacks them at the end step. Yeah. This would be really good in like a Crush the Blood-Braided deck. Because of the sack trigger on it. You just gain, or you get tons of counters on Crush. Alright, let's see. See what you got. Show me what you got. Make that joke in a lot of my videos. I realized I was rewatching some of them today. Sorry about that. I watch a lot of Rick and Morty. Just because it's a funny show, not because I think it makes me more enlightened or anything weird like that. You don't have to be a genius to love that show. So many people make that like dumb. I know it's kind of a meme now, but so many people make that reference. They're like, "Oh, you have to be like you have to be intelligent to get Rick and Morty's humor." It's like, no, you don't. Half the jokes are all like Rick being disgusting in obvious bodily ways, like burping and farting and stuff like that all the time. Like the entire episode with the dude with the cloud that calls himself Fart and stuff like that. Like that's not highbrow humor. That's quite lowbrow actually. It's still really funny, but this guy just took a bunch of damage, so he's gonna get 8 mana now. Could equip the Prying Blade, which seems like a weird budgety option in this deck. Same with why is Unknown Shores in here? When does he need to tap for other mana? I'm so confused. So confused. It's like a not very good fixing land for those that don't know. Because you have to spend a mana to do it. It's reprinted in a ton of stuff, probably mostly for like really ambitious draft decks. Just imagine what's waiting around the bend. Adventure, discovery, riches for the taking. This is why I sail. Captain Lannery Storm. Neat. Yeah, you got 8 mana. Now do a thing. Open fire. Yeah, so it seems like this is kind of a budgety deck. But that's fine. I very much encourage people to get into Commander with budget decks. You can build actually like I have my first deck on MTGO because I've been playing Paper Magic for a lot longer than I've been on MTGO. But my first deck was a budget Borborygmos deck, and I think I built it for like $7. And I've actually won a ton of games with it. Because the whole point is literally just to like fill your hand with lands. Okay. He reverberated the open fire. Interesting. The whole point, yeah, is just to fill your hand with lands, and then slowly ramp up to Borborygmos. And like because you don't do anything for the first like 4 or 5 turns at least, nobody goes for you. Nobody targets you at all. Like they'll almost always just leave you alone unless they have like a card with like a combat damage trigger, because you just don't usually have much creatures out or any blockers out, like a Yidris or something like that. That's what I mean by like combat damage trigger. So they actually like need to get in on you. People just kind of leave you alone for the most part, and then you play Borborygmos and you've got a land full of hands, so you get to just throw stones at everything, and it's super fun. And then if you get like a Lightning Greaves or a Swiftfoot Boots at him, or some kind of haste generator, you can deal damage within the turn you play him, draw some more lands. Literally half the deck is lands. That's one of the reasons why it's so cheap. Ooh, Grenzo. You play Grenzo and start getting stuff out. I like that. So he's a 2/2 and he enters with extra counters. We don't need to give him any extra counters, really. Do we try? Yeah, we might just want to do that. Grenzo it up. So the Rager can't attack this guy, so we'll throw it at this one. I think we leave the Farhaven Elf up to block, though, so we're not taking ridiculous damage. We're gonna attack Kojak with that one. Attack like that. Then we're gonna Grenzo the Dungeon Warden and see what we get. There's some damage. Red and black. Grenzo. Oh, we're just gonna play red and black. Yeah, X is 0. The fun thing about this card is if we really wanted to beef him up in its late game, we could put a ton of mana into it, and Vial Smasher will deal damage equal to the total cost of the X as well. So you can throw a huge amount of damage at someone, which is really awesome. Well, I suppose I could have Helioded as well, and given everything Vigilance before the attack, but that's okay. Let's try this. Could probably do this at instant speed, but I want to F8 because I'm lazy. And it's a little bit late, so I'm even lazier. Just a land. Let's spin the wheel again. Kitsune! Or Runetail, sorry, that's his name. Kitsune Ascendant. So he flips right away, which is awesome. So now our creatures don't take any damage. Neato. I literally just added Grenzo to the deck too after playing a little bit. I got him at first and I was like, oh, this would be a cool addition, and then I ended up cutting him and then ended up putting him back in just because I wanted to try him out. Like I did a couple very slight variations of this deck just to try it all out, and I'm liking Grenzo so far. Pretty cool. He's super cheap and I don't have to put any mana into him to get benefit out of him in this deck. This is literally just a 2-drop, and then I can just pay 2 and hopefully get a thing if I just have spare mana. So, because it's also an activated ability, it doesn't take up Vial Smasher's trigger, so it's not like I'm paying the 2 and only dealing like 2 damage with Vial Smasher's ability. Ideally, we want to cast our biggest spell of the turn as the first one. That doesn't always pan out quite so well, but This is like the focus of the deck is not to kill people with Vial Smasher. It's just a side benefit of the deck. It gives us access to black and red to go with the green and white on Sidar, and then it also Decree of Pain. It's frustrating. Whatever. We still have Kitsune, the Runetail's essence. But no, the point is not to kill people with Vial Smasher. The point is to just burn everybody or kill everybody. Beat them all down and burn them all out eventually, and Vial Smasher just helps with that. And because it's a random ability, it's not super discriminate, so it doesn't get you a ton of hate. People don't love it, but like it's pretty rare people will use a removal spell on Vial Smasher, because like it's you essentially, like, as an opponent of Vial Smasher, you have a 1 in 3 chance of being hit, so those are pretty good odds, but someone always gets hit. So, and then we've got like a couple X spells in this deck, like the Grenzo, and then we've also got like a Court of Calling, Martial Coup, and I think one more that I can't recall right now. And those just give us the availability to like pump a ton of mana into that late game and hit somebody for a ton, as well as whatever the other effect is. Oh, it's Release the Gremlins is our other one, which is super thematic in this deck because you get to destroy artifacts with it. It's red and double X, and you get to destroy an artifact for each X, and then also make a 2/2 gremlin. So it fits like our token generation sub theme. It destroys stuff. It does damage with Vial Smasher, and then it gives us 2/2 Munchkins to get in with Sidar. So that's awesome. So does this still contribute the 1 devotion to Heliod? Curious. You never know. This would be great if we had creatures to block with, because they wouldn't take any damage. We might Eternal Witness back this Grenzo. I wouldn't mind doing that. We can also play Grenzo and activate Grenzo next turn as well. Sorry if I'm exhaling loudly into the mic, guys. Patron of the Moon. I wonder if he gets the value off the Moonfolk offering. Probably not. Could have like an Azami. Azami's a Moonfolk, right? The Lady of Scrolls. Wouldn't be surprised to see a zombie in that deck. Could they also have a withered? I think Ravos is a cleric though. Yeah, he is. Windborn Muse, we have one of those. I'm just gonna hold this Avalanche Rider until we see a scary land that we want to blow up. I feel like this deck is probably just kind of value-y multiplayer cards, like Windborn Muse and Lightning Rager, Rite of the Raging Storm. That's what it's called. You get to draw cards. Whoa, that's a big yawn. Okay. Yeah, you did your thing. We already have Rune Tail Flip, so it doesn't matter if our life total drops by a bit. There's also like a fair amount of life gain in this deck, so I'm not overly worried about anything. Because you can just about always gain some life back. This deck, like for when you look at the curve and the creatures, you like expect it to be a very early game deck, and it like definitely puts on an offensive early in the game usually, or at least earlier than other decks. But it does actually scale pretty well into the late game because you just get to keep beating down and then leaving some stuff up, so people they'll never have like a profitable trade because you always just get to get in for free damage, and then they have to kind of deal with the ramifications of the rest of your board afterwards. And it's great when you have stuff like Runetail's Essence out, because you can just leave any random dork up to block and it won't die. I'd like this to not attack me, but it probably will. Yep. That's okay. And we can't block, so we're going to take another 6 and go down to 29. But again, it's all good because Runetail already flipped. Or, like, literally flipped upside down. Instead of, like, rotating over to the other side. Like a transform card. These are spin transform cards. Completely different. They got a treasure. You gonna play something now? Doesn't look like it. They're leaving their mana up though, so they might have an instant or something. Wouldn't be very surprised if this deck had instants and sorceries going in it. Although it is fairly budget by the looks of it. Do I want to get rid of this Rite of the Raging Storm? If I do, I can attack him with this thing. Let's hold off on that. It's not a big deal, and I'd also have to pay to actually attack him. I'm gonna Eternal Witness. Get back our Grenzo. Because I want to. I'm going to yes this, because I definitely want Grenzo back. Yes, I want to use its ability. Black and red for Grenzo. Black, red. Dune. We're okay with X being 0. By red, and we will activate Grenzo's ability. Spawning pit, whatever. Attack this guy because he attacked us. Butthole. And now we have our blockers back. And Grenzo. Woohoo. And we can deal with stuff next turn if we want. Ignore mutation. Either his hammer, his right, or his Bident, or get rid of this. Actually, we should probably get rid of this guy's Mirari's Wig. because that's going to be problematic this turn. I may have kind of forgot about that. This is looking pretty pillow forty. Sorry guys, I keep like hiccuping weird. Not digging the pillow fort. Not a fan. So next turn we could Heliod, Throat Slitter, Avalanche Riders, Sapling, Aura Mutation. Could do. You easily do 2 things as well. And then with any spare mana, we can always Grenzo. So it's basically like we play one of these 4, and then we can either Aura Mutation or Grenzo. Which is a pretty position to be in. Maybe we replay Vial Smasher, then pass the turn and Aura Mutation on somebody else's turn, so we get in 2 damage with Vial Smasher and also get to Aura Mutation. Did he literally just do that for Vesuva? Doesn't seem that worth it to me, but he's probably going to clone his Growth Chamber here just to get the most land value. Unless he's trying to fix it. Oh, but the lair would trigger. How many did it bring back? Clearly 4. And he copied the temple again. I say again, was that this game or was that a different game where some guy Vesuva'd my temple? I don't remember. He's gonna make some dudes. Then he's gonna have to return the land. Which might be Vesuva. Or just a basic. And then he gets to scry a couple times. By couple I mean 4 times. That's basically a couple, isn't it? That's a couple. Just gonna check my phone while he's doing that. Sorry, I was texting. Just got his core allies and is scrying away. Let's see what he scryed away. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Ooh. Juicy info that we can do nothing with and I have no idea. Did he? Oh, he put it on top. He likes that one on top. The rest of them are stupid though, I guess. Mana bond beating your instead you may reveal your hand. I can't read. You may reveal your hand and put all land cards from it onto the battlefield. If you do, discard your hand. That's an interesting card. I mean, I guess it's pretty good with like Ravos and Thrasios. If you get it like in your opening hand, because you can do that. Dump all your lands and then get Ravos out super early. And then bring back the creatures with Ravos' upkeep trigger. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, I guess. I don't like not having a hand though. That's spooky. Spooky and scary. The other option we could do is literally just activate Grenzo's ability a ton of times next turn and just see what we get. That doesn't seem great though. Doesn't seem like an informed choice. I'm gonna say we get rid of this Mirari's Wake with Aura Mutation. And then we either play a Heliod or a Sapling. Kind of like Heliod. I mean, we'll have tons of blockers, the Aura Mutation though, so maybe we Avalanche Riders and just screw somebody out of something. Reliquary Tower with that guy. Probably a smart choice. Blow up this Growth Chamber or one of these. Cut them off. Cut either of them off from 2 mana. And I like saving for the really busted land combos and stuff like that, like Cabal Coffers or Urborg or Gaia's Cradle or Sarah's Sanctum. Those kind of cards. Oh, is he playing his commander? Nice, now we get to draw extra cards or play lands from our hand. and he gets to draw a card, and then he can play a land from his hand. Chaos and Tiro very mildly benefit you more than they do the other players when you're playing them. Sorry, texting again. He's attacking us for 2 in the air, which is not... That makes sense. We have the highest life total, and we're getting a bit of an offensive going. And we have previously been a threat this game, so I understand his threat analysis. I agree with his decision, I suppose. Oh, this is exciting music. What song is this? Stay Tonight. I changed my mind, I don't want to listen to it. The Sweet Life. I don't want to listen to that. There's a lot of... Yeah, he's gonna draw some cards. I suppose you guys can probably hear my phone dinging. Sorry, I'll turn it on vibrate. Okay, so I played his commander. Knight Captain of Eos. This is a cool card. Just lets you fog by sacking a soldier. But he didn't leave any mana up, so he doesn't get to fog. All of his stuff does have haste, though. Could also play Sidar next turn. I think we Heliod for now, and just kind of poke at somebody with our creatures that can't take damage, and then we'll leave the mana up and we'll Aura Mutation. Mirari's Wake. Or we just do it like as soon as the guy's next turn comes, just so we can get some extra. Oh, we don't have Vial Smash out. It doesn't matter. We don't have to do it on a separate turn. I just don't want him to get the Mirari's Wake value on his turn, even if he like taps and then can cast something at instant speed. We don't care about the Lightning Rages anymore because we've got blockers, and we will have lots of blockers. That Ankle Shanker is great. Ankle Shanker kind of works in place of Sidar Kondo if we need him to. It's also just a hilarious card. Like all the goblins on Tarkir are all little furry dudes. Little Mongolian goblins. It wasn't a thing at Mongolian stereotypes or anything like that. If those are even things, I don't know what Mongolian stereotypes are. But for those that don't know, all the factions in the Tarkir block are all based off of different empires in the like the Mongolian area over the years. Like one of them is the like Ottoman Empire, and I think it's like the Mardu clan's supposed to be like Genghis Khan's. Yeah, we're gonna block. Doesn't have trample, right? Oh, it does have trample. Crap. We should have double blocked. That was foolish. I just took 4 unnecessary damage because I'm assuming the damage overflows. Still. Waiting for damage to be assigned. 1 damage. What? Expected 5 damage. New attacker damage assigned. What? Whatever, we took the 4. That was dumb of us. Because we could have taken just 2. Dumb of us. Dumb of me. Curse of Bloodletting. Yikes. That's actually kind of really gross with Neheb. We could Aura Mutation that. I don't know. I think the Mirari's Wake's gotta go. That's too scary. Oh, we could Ankle Shanker and Aura Mutation now. Oh, but then we don't have blockers up because vigilance. I think we're gonna Heliod this turn, and then we'll do other stuff next turn. Heliod. Give them vigilance. See ya, Mirari's Wake. And we get 5 Saprolings. Booyah! Saprolings. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Move to combat. Who do we attack now? Our damage probably won't go through on this guy. Probably won't get through on this guy. And might get through on this guy. I don't know. This is scary now because he has that curse. If he uses like a Chandra's Ignition, we all take 8 and then he's got like 24 mana. Ugh. Maybe I'm just thinking too hard. Yeah, screw it. Let's all attack that guy. There's only 3 of them. We're only going to do 4 damage because he's just going to block the Rager, but whatever. We're setting up some defense so that we can be more offensive next turn. Because if we ankle Shanker next turn, then if they want to block with stuff, they can. It just all dies because everything gets first strike and death touch when we attack with ankle Shanker. All of our attacking creatures, I should say. Oh, just creatures you control. Okay. That's not the point. And then we could also Anathemancer and deal damage to someone. Or we could Grenzo something out. Really liking this in this deck so far. Cool card. It's a good way to sink some extra mana into stuff and also kind of fit the means of the deck really well. And we got lots of blockers too. There's stretching, so I took a deep breath. And then probably exhaled it right to my mic. Enjoy my deep breathing. I'm sure it's very calming and not at all really annoying, but you know, whatever. I'm just a man. Yeah, let's see what you got. Thrasios and Ravos? Ravos, yeah. Still, I'm not totally sure what this deck's about. I've just seen the 2. Well, the 3 enchantments, really. Not a lot of decks right now, I don't think. I know it's only like turn 8, but still, I haven't seen a whole lot of... Usually by turn 8, you start to see some like really defining characteristic of what the deck is about. And I'm guessing it's enchantments. Like, it's just kind of a Pillow 40 style. But I could be wrong. Avengers Zendikar. Okay, maybe it's just like a landfall deck then. Could be. Gets lots of plants, and then he's probably going to play a land. I can see this being a landfall deck. That kind of makes sense too. He's got the Vesuva, and then these lands both bounce stuff, and that's good because you get to replay the land afterwards and get more triggers and stuff. So it could be that. And then Thrasios also just lets you kind of ramp on his own. So it gives you even more sources for landfall triggers. Who can we deal the most damage to with an Anathemancer? It's just non-basic lands in damage. Within inches of battlefield, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 against this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against this guy. Oh, he's actually almost got the Urza stuff going. Should watch that, because probably Avalanche Rider it. Or at least one of them. We'll get the tower. So that one taps for more, I guess. Although it's kind of arbitrary if he doesn't have one of them, but whatever. Oh, they're not even from the same set. Yuck. White border, 8th edition, there's this tower. Nasty. Y'all nasty. Yeah, we're just gonna soak up all this damage with these guys. Let's go, my minions. Soak. Oops, wrong person. Oh well, no harm, no foul. I suppose. So we know it has trample now. I was going to say because we're smart, but we weren't smart. That's how we know it has trample. Because we were dumb and we took damage because we didn't read the freaking card. Because reading's hard, you know? It's tough reading. In university, I do enough reading as it is. Cross on Verge, just gonna sack it to go get something. A forest. Makes sense. Oh, forest and a plains. I didn't know that's how Cross and Verge worked. That's interesting. Kind of like a myriad landscape that way, but for forest and plains. I always thought it was forest or plains. I'll let you get non-basics too. But this guy went and got basics, so I'm assuming he doesn't have non-basic forests and plains. I mean, we don't either in this deck. No judgment. Big yawn. You can't play that guy, that's my guy. You jerk. Hey. He is mine. Get I was gonna say get your own, but he did. That's actually kind of scary because that means he can get in with most of those guys now, even at us. The soldiers. Well, it's sorry, I shouldn't say it's that scary. That's 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. It's not that much, but it's damage I didn't want to take. I might throat slitter that guy this turn, so that we can get rid of his Windborn Muse. If he attacks with everything, then we can throat slitter him, but I feel like he's not going to. He's going to play conservatively. Because the issue is we're going to have to pay for whatever we attack him with. And then we have to make sure we have enough for throat slitter. So with our current mana, we could pay for 2. Excuse me. 2 things to attack. I guess we could just play Sidar, because I don't think we played him yet. And then everything will have unblockable. Oh no, we'd still have to pay. What am I talking about? We might still play Sidar next turn. Sidar or Ankle Shanker, probably. Yeah, this guy's just got our deck right now. Oh, make a decision. Swear to God, if he recalls this again, I'm going to be upset. There we go. This guy's got a walking. Yes, I think he's doing like a landfall deck. Interesting. He's spreading out the damage a little bit. Makes sense. Yeah, we can't block because it's a flyer, so. We need to get rid of that Windborn Muse, though. We run one, and it's really good, but it's preventing us from attacking right now. We don't have Vial Smasher out to burn people. It'll cost 5 mana, so it'll basically monopolize their turn just to play it. Oh, and he gets to draw more cards now, too. That's not ideal. Not for us. Yep. It's just abidant of the acid trigger. You can yield it. You're allowed to. You can yield it. You're tapped out, guy. You tapped out. You tapped out. Just let it go. Just auto yield. Just yield. 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 Please yield. If you could do that for me, it'd be greatly appreciated. Another yawn. It's a little bit late. I should go to bed. Maybe we ankle shanker and try and take this big Benji player down next turn. I don't think we can kill him, but we can do some damage. Thing right now is just that he's, yeah, with that Curse of Bloodletting, he has the potential to do a ton of damage. We're going to draw a card because we don't have any land in our hands. Or hand. Hand singular. Savage lands. Neat. Land's a land. I will take it. And our turn. There's another yawn. Jesus. It hit me hard now. It's just yawn here, yawn there, yawn everywhere. Yep, right of the Raging Storm. Take it a thing. Elemental. Yeah, so you can yield to that. And so can you. There we go. Just auto yield to it. Okay, so he's gonna attack Kojak. He's got all his little plant daddies. Or he is a plant daddy. This is the plant daddy. Attack and attack. Fun thing about Neheb is that if he blocks, this guy still takes 3 because of the afflict. Yep. Yeah, I really don't understand the unknown shores in this deck. Because it's like, oh, I want to change my neutral mana into red. It's like, okay, then instead of playing an unknown shores, play a mountain. It's the same effect, but more efficient because you don't have to spend a neutral mana to generate a red. It doesn't do it for each creature. Oh, he's just blocking with a bunch, so he doesn't take trample damage. Might as well, you gotta throw one more under the bus if you don't want to take damage. This guy probably has a land in hand. I can just wants to Walking Atlas at instant speed for shenanigans. Yeah, so this guy still takes 3 because of the afflict damage. And then it's going to do 1 here. So he's going to get 4 mana on his next, or on his second main. Because that's how much damage he did. For each 1 life your opponents have lost. Okay, that's how much life we've lost. Not damage done. Excuse my impertinence. I set an alarm for tomorrow. I set an alarm because I gotta get up and go to the gym tomorrow because I didn't today because I'm lazy. Classic me. Unfriendly fire. Does 4 damage to our creature player. Yes, this is very budgety burn deck from what I'm gathering. Yep, you can yield it. Just let it be our turn. Just hit F8 or F6. Do that. F6. Thank you. Savage lands. We want to just Grenzo for more stuff? No. No, we don't. Not right now. We're going to Sidar. Could Grand Abolisher too. I like that. And say army. What? What mana do we leave up? think we tap this. Yep. Now we can start getting in unblocked. Do we Grand Abolisher, or do we Throat Slitter? We can't Throat Slitter the Windborn Muse this turn, but we can get the Avenger or Neheb. I don't know what we're more worried about. I think the Avenger. No, we're not. We can block tons of stuff. I really don't know. Because this guy has the potential to make some big wombo combo in a turn, so I guess we're going to go for this guy. Seems like the right choice. I don't want to Throat Slitter yet, though, because I want to save that to kill this Windborn Muse. So do we abolish her? Let's go with Grenzo's ability. Let's try that. See if we get a neat thing. Like a Rex Sage or something would be awesome. Just a swamp. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I'm gonna attack Big Benji. Nothing personal, dude. That commander's just scary, and my brother plays it in paper, and I know what it's capable of. And it's not like this will kill him anyway. So, I guess we could have Anathemanced and done 5 damage to him as well. Oh, it did kill him. Oh, right, he had that Curse of Bloodletting, didn't he? Right. I had forgotten about that. Whatever, he's dead. Easy for me. GG. Well, that's one guy down. One has fallen to the Munchkins. This guy's Vampiric Tutoring. It's fine. Kind of makes sense when you do it on you do it on other people's like end of turn, so that you just get to draw the card next turn instead of having to like wait with it on the top of your library in limbo. Boundless Realms. Yuck. That's probably what he tutored for. Because it doesn't have a Mirage. Oh, and he's got the amulet. Okay, so yeah, he had one and tutored for the other. Yuck. So he's going to get a ton of lands here, and they're all going to be untapped. We should have killed the Avenger. Whatever, we've still got tons of blockers that won't take any damage, so... But you can bet that a lot of, or just about all of those are coming our way. And they'll be very hefty plants because of their plant daddy. Oh yeah, and he gets like a bajillion tokens too. GG. Oh, that was for this guy. I thought somebody was calling a premature GG for this guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a big play, but... Man, we trusted him. We're like, he can't... This guy's gonna be the one to combo off. We failed. Messed up. Big time. Made a mistake. We should have Throat Slittered the Avenger. Well, we could have easily done that and also still attacked Big Benji, but we wouldn't have killed him if we had done it that way. So, and he could have also comboed up, so we isolated what we thought was going to be the larger threat. That's all you can really do. Hindsight's 20/20, right? Yep. So the plant's getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're gonna be 9 10s. Yuck. And then he's still got a ton of mana at his disposal. Hopefully he doesn't have like more ramp spells to use. I think we might be dead here. So he's got 10 of those. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we're dead here. Because we block 8 of them. We take 18, and then he can also attack with the Rager and the Avenger. So I think that's game, unfortunately. Because we think we may have chosen wrong on the bigger threat, or the Wombo combo analysis meter chart. I don't know. We effed up. But again, hindsight's 20/20. I thought I made the right choice at the time. It's just the way Commander goes. Just big plays like that. Boundless Realm makes it into just about all my green decks. Doesn't into this one. I had to cut it because I just couldn't rationalize it. I just wanted little dorky dudes instead. This deck doesn't really... Oh, he's going to tap a bunch of my stuff too. He's already like... I'm already dead. GG. I'm going to wait and make him attack though. Because if I don't, then this guy's just going to get hammered way harder than he would in like a regular match. So... Because I really hate when that happens when I'm playing and somebody's about to like obviously lose, but it's before they've actually attacked. So the person will they'll be like, oh GG, and then they'll leave before the actual attack happens. So then the players who are still remaining now take more damage than they would have if the other person had actually committed to killing the other person that left instead. I don't like doing that because it kind of shifts the tide, because it's already they obviously have an advantage, but the disadvantage of it is that they have to split the damage, and it's like, oh, now I have to split less of the damage, or I don't have to split it at all. Moral of the story is stay until you're dead. Does he have a way to give haste? He doesn't need to. He didn't play them this turn. They aren't summoning. Sick. Oh, he disconnected. Are you kidding me? Wait, why did it double up? Why are these 18-19s? Is this a 10-10 and a 14-14? Only I had white mana. Yeah, if only. Oh, he used the retreat. Okay, so they're like extra pumped. Well, even if he didn't DC, I think he would have won here. GG. Yeah, so we're gonna call the game there. He's obviously got the win. He just disconnected from the game, unfortunately. So, thanks for watching, guys. It's been the Commander Casual.